Welcome to PH Insight. Know the force behind the flag. Whether it's warships, fighter jets, or the next big defense move, if it matters to Philippine security, it's here. The Philippine Navy's modernization journey is shifting into high gear with the steady rollout of Acero-Class Fast Attack Interdiction Craft Missile (FAIC-M) vessels, combining speed, firepower, and next-generation littoral warfare capabilities. Derived from Israel's proven Shaldag MKV design, these gunboats now form the Navy's backbone for close-to-shore defense. However, beyond their current arsenal of Spike NLOS missiles, experts and defense watchers are asking a bigger question: will the Sea Breaker cruise missile become part of the Philippine Navy's future arsenal? The Acero-Class, formerly known as FAIC-M, has quickly grown in number and prominence. As of August 2025, 8 vessels have been delivered to the Philippine Navy, with one more expected to join the fleet soon. The most recent additions include the BRP-PG 908 and BRP-PG 909, launched in late 2024 and commissioned in early 2025. Another milestone followed in May 2025 when the BRP Albert Majini, PG 909, became the first locally assembled Acero-Class boat, manufactured in the Philippines through joint production with Israel shipyards. These 32.7-meter gunboats may be small in size, displacing only about 95 tons, but they pack a serious punch. Designed for high-speed interdiction and equipped with advanced sensors and weaponry, they can deliver decisive action in shallow waters, something larger warships are ill-suited for. With a top speed exceeding 40 knots and a range of nearly 1,000 nautical miles, these boats are ideal for patrolling the Philippines' vast archipelagic territory. The Acero-Class boats are equipped with Rafael's Typhoon NLOS launcher, allowing them to fire Spike NLOS missiles, an advanced, fire-and-forget guided missile with a range of up to 30 kilometers. Unlike traditional line-of-sight weapons, the Spike NLOS enables the Acero-Class to strike targets hidden behind terrain, or even over the horizon, making them ideal for archipelagic and coastal warfare. Complementing the missile system is a 30mm Typhoon RCWS, remote-controlled weapon station, which serves as the boat's main gun. Some units are also outfitted with additional .50 caliber machine guns, giving these vessels flexibility in close-quarters engagements. The Spike system has proven effective and cost-efficient for the Navy's growing littoral warfare doctrine, focusing on defending key choke points and islands using swarm tactics and decentralized operations. However, the Spike NLOS isn't a long-range cruise missile, and that's where the Sea Breaker comes in. First unveiled in 2021 by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, the Sea Breaker is a precision-guided, long-range missile designed to engage both maritime and land targets. What sets it apart is its autonomous target recognition, long reach, up to 300 kilometers, and ability to fly low and evade radar detection. Weighing around 400 kilograms, the Sea Breaker is relatively lightweight compared to other cruise missiles such as the US-made Harpoon or South Korea's Sea Star, which tip the scale at over 700 kilograms. It was developed with export markets in mind, offering NATO-grade firepower in a compact, modernized package. Notably, during Defense Expos ADAS 2022 and ADAS 2024, Israeli defense representatives confirmed that the Shaldag MKV, the base model for the Acero-Class, is technically capable of carrying up to 2 Sea Breaker missiles. Theoretically, this means the Philippine Navy's Acero-Class boats could be adapted to carry them as well. So far, there has been no official announcement from the Department of National Defense or the Philippine Navy confirming the acquisition or integration of Sea Breaker missiles. However, multiple sources familiar with the platform indicate that it remains a viable and compatible upgrade for the class. If approved, the integration of Sea Breakers would triple or even quadruple the strike range of these small but deadly vessels. In fact, they would be capable of outranging the missiles currently deployed on some of the Navy's larger ships, such as the older Jacinto-class corvettes that if approved, the integration of Sea Breakers would triple or even quadruple the strike range of these small but deadly vessels. In fact, they would be capable of outranging the missiles currently deployed on some of the Navy's larger ships, such as the older Jacinto-class corvettes. The addition of sea breakers could turn the Acero-Class from a close-range swarm attacker into a strategic deterrent, capable of projecting power deep into contested areas like the West Philippine Sea, all from a highly mobile platform. For a country like the Philippines, composed of more than 7,600 islands, the importance of littoral combat, operations close to shore, is paramount. The Acero-Class was introduced specifically to counter asymmetric maritime threats such as piracy, smuggling, and intrusions by gray-zone maritime militia. But with the sea breaker, these boats could pose a serious threat to hostile naval vessels, even if those ships are operating from far offshore. Combined with ground-based radar and satellite surveillance feeds, these missiles could be used as part of a networked kill chain, rapidly reacting to high-value threats across Philippine waters. Still, this vision hinges on one critical factor: the presence of a secure, integrated battle management system. Thankfully, the first 6 Acero-Class boats are already outfitted with such systems, allowing them to link to shore-based sensors and higher command levels for coordinated targeting and intelligence sharing. Despite the advantages, it's important to acknowledge the political and procurement complexities involved. Currently, the Philippine defense establishment is focusing on contracts with countries like South Korea and the United States. Israeli defense firms, while still active in the Philippine market, may face headwinds due to shifting foreign policy priorities. Despite the advantages, it's important to acknowledge the political and procurement complexities involved. Currently, the Philippine defense establishment is focusing on contracts with countries like South Korea and the United States. Israeli defense firms, while still active in the Philippine market, may face headwinds due to shifting foreign policy priorities. Additionally, budget constraints and competing priorities, like the acquisition of submarines, air defense systems, and fighter jets, could delay or derail potential missile upgrades for smaller vessels. There's also the cost factor. While the Sea Breaker is cheaper than some Western cruise missiles, it's still a high-end weapon. Outfitting even half of the Acero-Class fleet with Sea Breakers would represent a significant investment. Even without the Sea Breaker, the Philippine Navy is clearly committed to the Acero-Class platform. In fact, 10 more FAIC-M boats are in the procurement pipeline, which would bring the total number to 19 units, a sizable and flexible fleet that can be deployed across all regional naval commands. The success of the BRP Albert Majini, the first locally assembled unit, shows that the Philippines is also serious about developing its defense industrial base, reducing reliance on imports and fostering long-term self-reliance in naval production. While the Acero-Class may appear modest compared to full-size corvettes or frigates, they embody a broader shift in naval strategy, agility, lethality, and network-centric warfare. The potential integration of the Sea Breaker missile system, should it move forward, would redefine what these small vessels are capable of. For now, the Spike NLOS provides a dependable, accurate, and proven weapon for close and mid-range engagements. But as regional threats continue to evolve, particularly in the disputed waters of the South China Sea, long-range strike capability could make all the difference.